When Emily told me she was heading to Miami with her friends for her bachelorette trip, I didn't think much of it. She was glowing with excitement, rambling about beaches, cocktails, and one last girl's getaway before the wedding. We'd been engaged. For almost a year, deep into the chaos of planning, though lately I'd noticed her growing distant, distracted even. I convinced myself it was just the stress of the upcoming ceremony. The night before she left, she gave me a quick kiss and smiled. "Don't worry, babe. I'll text you every day," she promised. I smiled back, believing every word. She looked straight into my eyes and lied effortlessly. The first day went as expected. She sent photos of herself lounging by the pool with her friends. Drinks in hand, bright sun overhead, captions were playful, "Girls just want to have sun." I replied with a heart emoji, thinking how happy she looked. But by the next morning, something changed. My good morning, beautiful text went unanswered. Hours passed. Afternoon faded into evening. Still no reply. I called straight to voicemail. My stomach tightened as I stared at the screen, refreshing our chat over and over. Then, when I tried again, the words that popped up nearly stopped my heart. "You've been blocked." My fiancée, the woman I was supposed to marry in days, had blocked me during her bachelorette trip. At first, I told myself it had to be a mistake. Maybe she pressed something by accident. Maybe her battery died. I clung to every excuse I could invent because facing the truth was too painful. Then I checked her social media. One of her friends had posted a video, Emily laughing, dancing in a crowded Miami club. A man's arm was wrapped around her waist, his hand resting comfortably as if it had been there before. She didn't look blocked there. She looked free. Free in a way that tore something inside me. That was when something in me hardened. I wasn't going to sit home wondering anymore. I wanted the truth even if it crushed me. I texted one of her bridesmaids, Hannah. We weren't close, but I knew. She'd show Emily anything I sent her. Perfect. I typed one calm, deliberate message. "Hey Hannah, tell Emily I hope she's enjoying her trip. Oh, and tell her I found something interesting in her suitcase. She'll know what it is." That was it. No accusations, no explanations. Just a spark of doubt. 15 minutes later, my phone lit up like fireworks. 30 missed calls, all from Emily. Then came the messages. "What did you find? Don't touch my stuff. Please answer me. It's not what you think." I hadn't even said another word, but her panic said everything. I stared at the screen as her name kept flashing, one call after another, her desperation filling the silence of my apartment. I let it ring. For once, I wanted her to sit in uncertainty, to feel the power shift. When I finally picked up, her voice trembled with anger and fear. "Why would you go through my suitcase?" she snapped. I almost laughed. "Oh, I would." "You block your fiancé?" I asked quietly. There was a pause, then a rush of excuses. She said it was an accident, that she needed some space, that her friends told her to unplug. The words sounded like static, meaningless noise from a person caught in a lie. I asked one question that ended it all. "If you had nothing to hide, why are you panicking?" The line went silent before I heard her start to cry. "It's not what you think," she whispered. But it always is. 2 days later, she came home early. I was waiting. No shouting, no questions, just her belongings, neatly packed into boxes by the front door. Her wedding dress leaned against the wall, untouched. Her face turned pale. "You've packed my stuff?" she asked, her voice small. "No," I said evenly. "I packed my peace." That was when everything came pouring out. Between sobs and trembling breaths, she admitted the truth. She'd met someone months earlier, a man from a work event. Miami wasn't about celebrating with her friends. It was about seeing him one last time. The so-called bachelorette trip was really a goodbye weekend for Anne. Affair she hadn't had the courage to end. Her confession hit me like a punch. Everything we built, every plan, every late-night promise gone. I didn't yell. I just looked at her and said, "If this is how you begin a marriage, imagine how it would end." She fell to her knees, crying, begging for forgiveness. Already made my choice? I grabbed my jacket, walked past her, and said quietly, "You wanted freedom, Emily? Now you have it." After that, she called and texted nonstop the same desperate pleas, the same empty words, "Please let me explain. Please talk to me." But there was nothing left to explain. She made her choice. I was finally making mine, I told the wedding party. The simplest truth I could. It's off. No details. Just the truth in its plainest form. Months went by. I focused on myself. I traveled, reconnected with friends, picked up hobbies I'd long abandoned. Slowly, I stopped feeling angry and started feeling grateful. Sometimes life rips people away before they destroy you completely. Emily tried to move on, but her secret caught up to her. Everyone eventually found out about the man in Miami, the one who ghosted her soon after. Now, whenever an old photo pops up, her smile, her ring, that version of Usai, don't feel bitterness. I feel peace. The night she blocked me wasn't just the night she cut off contact. It was the night she unknowingly set me free. I learned that love without respect is poison. And sometimes silence is the only answer that needs to be given. That the message I sent through her friend it was never revenge. It was a mirror, a reminder that truth doesn't need force, just needs to be seen.